resources into the classic Crossroads map, which most fans who have played previous Socom games will recognize immediately. So right now there's a firefight happening near one actually of the 16-player spawn points. As you can see, all of our vehicles are destructible, and there's also a lot of other destructible debris and whatnot within the levels. You'll see propane tanks, stuff like that you can take advantage of, and if you can blow up around the enemies, you will take them out and get kills for those. So right to our right is the embassy. There's a good example of the destructible environments right there. So this is the spawn point for the mercs and the 32 players. Right across the map, you can see the line in the background, which is the spawn point for the commandos and the special forces or whoever, whatever happens to be over there, depending on what you're playing as when you join a clan. Going through things like the garbage bags, the cars, those things are all destructible. Of course, the garbage bags aren't going to hurt anybody. So there's lots of dynamic effects in the level that really bring out and highlight a lot of the firefights. And upon death, like here, where this happens, if the person that actually killed him and knocked him down would have been able to go and actually dance on his corpse after respawn, before respawn. So before, in Crossroads, before we did the expansion, this road always kind of existed, but it was blocked off. And at this point, we've now opened it up and have that as one route into the actual game, into the actual core of the Crossroads. We also have an armor system in the game, so if you are wearing medium heavy armor, you will be able to take more hits than you would if you were wearing none at all. However, headshot's always a headshot, so that strategy always applies depending on how you want to go about it. Your mobility will slow down, but you will be able to take more hits, and it's completely up to the player. So as you can see, our merc is running around. There's different areas, like if you jump over this and down, you're going to hit some water. This is waist height, but you'll be safe, and at this point you can crawl out of this. This just happens to be one extra way to get into the center of the level a little faster. We don't want to stop the players from getting into combat or getting into the heat of the battle, especially in a suppression game mode, which is typically a death match. If you stay completely stopped for a second, we have a lean and peak system. By using the 6-axis, you can go side to side. And this is dynamic, so unlike a lot of other games that you have to be actually clipped or connected to a cover object, we don't force that. As long as you're still, you're going to be able to peek. You can stay as far or as close to objects as you want. It just allows a little more versatility to our levels and to the characters. You can see in the background is the classic tower that was in the original Socom Crossroads level. It's still available. You can get up there and control most of the middle of the map by doing so in the courtyard area around the gazebo. You notice that we have all there's also, if people are firing around you, you'll see that the threat indicator on your reticle. There's lots of rooftop accesses now. So one of the things that we really wanted to push forward was allow the momentum and the mobility through level in a way that didn't exist in the previous level. So at that point, directly behind us, we have a lot of individuals hanging out up on the roofs. These guys are basically defending our core location, being the bomb point if you're playing a demo mode. They also are just hanging out there defending these major roads. Everybody's used to these areas. Headshot, still a headshot. This is another spawn point. If you go directly left now, you're going to see that this opening actually goes into the warehouse of the Crossroads center area. So in the previous game, this area was a bomb plant location for one team. It was a core objective location. We've opened it up, so if you are playing the 32-player map, you're going to be able to get into this location fast and basically maneuver yourself into the center of the gameplay area. You'll notice that we have birds flying around. A lot of our, not giving too much away, but a lot of our levels do have specific little bits of wildlife. If he had got a shot off on that, he would have killed that bird. Beyond the 6-axis peak mode and leaning and the dynamic cover, we have the new sprint. This just allows players to get into locations a little bit faster than they could in previous. Of course, you can't fire, you can't protect yourself when you're in this mode, so you're basically you're fodder, and you do gain a lot of attention because you're easier to see when you're moving fast. Some of the other key features that are being added into Socom Confrontation are a lot of the community features, robust buddy list. The clan features that people have experienced in previous Socom games are back, and those are really important. But we have tournaments now, the clan ladders, all that kind of thing. So we're really pushing the community features to a new level because we are making a multiplayer only game, we can really concentrate on that stuff. As you saw, we do have a melee attack where you'll use a knife if you're in close quarter combat. If you shoot those, almost if it looks like there's gas in it, chances are it's going to blow up. Well, unless these ones decide to prove me wrong, which they are. Oh no, there you go. See, chain reaction there. And those are things you can use to take advantage of the level and take out opponents in different ways if it's not just general firing. Machine guns tend to rip through destructible objects really fast, so blowing up vehicles is always a good strategy. So let's see if you can take out a bird here. There we go. As they blow up on impact, it's usually pretty fun. You'll notice the glass is actually destructible in the cars. So the cars, even though you'll notice they have physics on them, so as you destroy them and as you hit them, certain elements of them will fall off. So it's not just blown up and in a static state. Somebody just shot a rocket launcher. RPGs and AT4s are back, so people will be able to experience those as well. Those are our big guns in the game. They've got a couple good headshots in there. And you can see one character there is dancing on top of a dead corpse.